What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe. Hey, exciting news here, guys. The Saints are set to host Titans starting O-lineman Dylan Radunes. Could be a Lucas Patrick replacement. That's the dumbest sentence I've ever read in my entire life. Technically true, but you could not AI a more boring sentence. You have to love the Saints so deeply to care about Lucas Patrick leaving. Taylor, tell me about Dylan Radunes.
Yeah, starter for the Titans last year. And yeah, he could be a Lucas Patrick replacement because was he good last year? Not really, but he's probably not coming back. So you do have to have a replacement. Can't play with four guys. So got to bring in somebody. Might as well bring in a guy who's been a starter in the league.
The reason why that's news is because the Saints are absolutely depressing. Look at this. Updated odds from Sports AG, an online betting service, Jake, for winning the NFC South. The Bucs currently 1-1, Atlanta 2-1, Panthers 4-1, the Saints 7-1. There is so little belief in your New Orleans Saints that they are nearly double the odds of the Carolina Panthers to win the NFC South. That is disgusting work. In fact, if you look in their respective divisions, I guess the Browns at 22-1, the Raiders 16-1, Giants 20-1 are worse, but you're right down there with everybody else.
Yep. It's going to be a very important draft, more than it has been in the last couple of years, because even though the Saints have missed recently in the draft, they still had veteran players that had a lot of worth. Now those veteran players are a little bit longer in the tooth. Now they've all kind of slowed down a little bit. You need some youth on this team, and you need good youth. You don't need average youth. You don't need injured youth. You don't need Isaiah Foskey youth. You need actual players that can help you win right now. So you're sitting there at 9, and just it's not going to happen. I don't know why we're even wasting our time, but the smart play to me, because I think you need to go offensive playmaker.
You have to.
Okay.
At 9, you have to. You don't have a choice.
And so you just signed Juwan Johnson to a $30 million contract. Foster Moreau is still under contract. Foster had a really good final 6 games to end his season. So your tight end room's got multiple players there. Okay, so if you don't want to go Tyler Warren, you can trade back from 9 to, say, 16 and potentially get 2 picks out of it. One really valuable pick, maybe a second rounder.
Yeah.
In the 4th, a second and a 4th, something along those lines. And
you're talking about trading back.
I'm talking about trading back.
Well, I mean, I would be down for
because I think if you want to go offensive playmaker, let's say Tedero McMillan and Golden from Texas are on the board, and you think you can get one of those two, depending on which one you like more, okay? And you trade back a little bit and you gain 2 picks, one that you are going to count on being a starter, and the other one a value play, a depth piece that's going to be on the field, maybe not a starter. I think you really have to take a look at that.
So the problem here becomes
Mickey Loomis.
Yes, because he's never traded back once. Like, that's actually crazy. Literally never traded back once.
The most
trades every single draft,
but never traded back.
But the problem with trading back is you do have to find someone willing to dance. And 9's a weird spot for that sometimes. Like, who would be on the board that somebody would be desperate for at 9 that you could find a partner for?
So it all depends on how it ends up playing out, T-Bob. I think we know that watching the draft, and depending on who falls and who slides or whatever. Let's say that you need an offensive lineman. You need, let's say, a tackle, and you're sitting there and you're at number 12. Let's say you're at 12. I'm just picking a number here. And Will Campbell's still available. But you know that, 10 or 11 might be thinking that as well.
Yeah.
So that's all it takes, is somebody to fall to you when you're in the teams. You look at the Saints. It's not where the Saints necessarily are. They're just at a point that's ahead of 10 and 11 who also want what you want.
Yeah, it's the Chiefs trading up to get Patrick Mahomes because they had the intel that Sean Payton was in love with Patrick Mahomes, and if he was still there, they would have done it.
See, even the Bears sitting there at 10, the Bears are probably going to take an offensive lineman, okay? I would try everything I possibly could out of New Orleans to make it seem like I would bring Will Campbell in. I'd bring Banks in from Texas. I would bring every tackle, the tackle out of Mizzou, Ohio State.
The deep state mind games.
I would have all of them on an official visit for the draft and make the Bears think, oh, man, the Saints are going to take a tackle.
It's like in World War II when the Allies were preparing for the D-Day landings and to kind of throw off the scent. They made a bunch of inflatable tanks and inflatable barracks, and they put them at different parts of Europe so that when you're doing these aerial photography, you're like, oh, my God, look, they're massing troops here. And no, it was just bounce houses. In that same way, we're not going tackle. We went Ginty or McMillan. Yeah, I mean, look, trading back would be awesome. I have no faith. I have no faith in Loomis, but also, like, yeah, it would take a specific developing set of circumstances to allow them to do so. But we can all agree, please just make the picks. Just make the picks.
Yeah, don't trade 40.
Don't trade up. Yes, just make.
Yeah. If you're not going to trade back, take 9 and 40. 9 and 40.
Yeah.
You can get 2 starters at 9 and 40. Don't take 9 and 40 to pick 7th.
No, God, no. Please, no. And look, as much as we crap on Loomis, and I would say rightfully so with the recent run, there have been 2 otherworldly drafts in his tenure. The 2006 one and the 2017 one. And both of those drafts kicked off golden ages. You have a lot of picks. You got a lot of early picks here. Here's to hoping. So what was that? It was about 10 years before. You're damn near about a decade removed from 2017. Like, maybe you could just get lucky and hit a third one of those drafts. Again, that's not bad. I mean, that's bad analysis. I'm not saying you should expect that, but what I am saying is I'm trying to pour all of my energy into that. Because if you do that again, then you could set yourselves up to be good for years to come. But it's not likely, unfortunately.
I just don't understand. You can be aggressive in trading back as well, but I don't think Mickey understands that. Aggressive in trading back means you're aggressively trying to win now because you're trying to get picks to amass to be on the field this year. Like, that can be a mindset you have. I've seen it happen a ton. New England during their dynasty run was notorious for trading back.
They would just spray and pray. They'd spray a bunch of picks against the wall and see who would stick.
And how many times did they have a 5th, 6th, 7th rounder that ended up being an All-Pro?
I think Mickey unfortunately has a bit of a smartest guy in the room disease.
A bit.
Where he almost takes it like a challenge to say, I'm going to zig where you all think I should zag because I know what's right. And again, the quote that will never leave my brain is, just because we're 5 and 12 didn't mean we do anything wrong. I'm paraphrasing there, but that's just can't say that. That's insane. That's insane. So we'll see. New Orleans Saints draft just a little bit away. Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the 2 guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.